Greetings, members and friends of the Chinese Language Division of the American Translators Association. It is me again. Back so soon, you ask? Well, the short answer is yes, and the long answer is you will see if you just keep listening. This episode is quite special in that there will be no guest. But wait. Just before you go, yes, it'll be only yours truly monologuing away. Yes, that is true. But I promise you that you will find this episode very special, short, and sweet. More on the sweet side. In a little over a month, Miami, Florida will usher in ATA's flagship event, the 64th Annual Conference. I would like to dedicate this episode to highlight some new features of this year's conference and what the Chinese Language Division has in store for all of its current and prospective ATA members. Just to set the stage a little, I attended my first ATA annual conference in New Orleans in 2018. Back then, I had known absolutely nothing about the conference. I simply went because it was in New Orleans. I mean, the French Quarter, the Big Easy, the Cajun cuisine. So off I went, thinking I have nothing to lose and everything to gain. And oh boy, did I not gain a truckload. So much so that I'd say that it was the key that opened a door to a professional world that I didn't know existed. Here I am going to quote and echo something that a first-time conference attendee, Jeffrey Stewart, said after his conference experience in Los Angeles last year. He said, "Simply by attending one conference, it is going to be difficult to attend only one." We're all too familiar with taking road trips, and, that is just not possible to finish the drive in one go without refueling, without stopping for breaks and meals, and so on and so forth. So think of the ATA conference as the pit stop along your career journey, where you can come in to dust off, re-energize, regroup, get inspired, just so you can keep pressing on stronger and faster. The conference is a treasure trove for our professional-related presentation sessions where members, whether new or experienced, come together to share their experiences and lessons learned in their own pursuit of the T&I career. This year, besides the usual one-hour sessions and the advanced skill training workshops, the conference has added some new formats, among which are the 30-minute session and the 15-minute session, which is also known as the microtalk. These are meant to encourage the sharing and exchanging of ideas for colleagues who aren't quite experienced enough to give a talk for the whole entire hour, but still have brilliant thoughts and insights to share. This year, many of our CLD members have been selected to give their presentations at the conference. I will include a summary of their sessions in the show notes. However, I really would like to highlight a few sessions that might be of common interest to our listeners. First, the session presented by Evelyn Garland and Hebenstreit on common mistakes and practice tips on the ATA Chinese to English certification exam. Both Evelyn and Erin are the exam graders, and I say the tips they share are purer than 24-karat gold. Second, we have the session presented by Rony Gao, commonly known as Rony the nerd, Rony the teacher. And he's going to be talking about the negotiation with direct clients. Whether you are a translator or an interpreter, having a freelance business supported by a large number of direct clients not only ensures more desirable work conditions, but also more conducive to being financially successful. In the constantly changing landscape of translation and interpreting, that is accelerated by the use of technology, the analytical and practical advice shared by Rony are bound to be very helpful. And going hand in hand with Rony's session, Li Ming Pals will present on the topic of the business models for freelance translators and interpreters. On the skillcraft side of things, our very own Laura Burian, Dean of the Graduate School of Translation, Interpretation, and Language Education at Middlebury Institute of International Studies at Monterey, along with two other accomplished interpreters of Asian language, Celine Browning and Robert Holloway, will examine issues related to the bidirectionality of simultaneous interpreting between English and its distinctively different Asian counterparts. Then we have Tianlu Redmond, who is the current synonym of our Chinese language division, presenting on a sizzling hot topic of ChatGPT and other AI tools and how to leverage them to prepare for and enhance legal interpreting and translation assignments. Certainly not last, and also not the least, Meiyu Liu will speak about translating the several variations of Mandarin into English. This is a particularly interesting topic because variations of Mandarin are to be differentiated from the many dialects of Chinese. Due to varying cultural perspectives and linguistic structures, translators in Singapore, mainland China, Hong Kong, and Taiwan translating the same sentence or paragraph from Chinese into English will produce different translations. Meiyu will discuss the semantic, syntactic, and grammatical differences between these regions, including the impact these differences have on the English translation quality. There are so many more that I'm just not able to name them one by one in this episode, but I am very excited to see so many of our CLD members have made the effort to submit the proposals on numerous brilliant ideas and will share them with the entire TNI professional community. Please do check out our show notes on the sessions to be presented by our members. Besides these wonderful sessions, our division will keep its long-running tradition of hosting the division dinner where members come together in a smaller and more intimate environment to network and interact with each other. This year's division dinner will be held on Thursday, which is the second day of the conference, on the 26th at 7:30 p.m. The location of the dinner is about a 15-minute drive from the conference hotel, and I'm sure we can all figure out how to carpool or ride share to get to the restaurant. The dinner will be hosted at a buffet restaurant. The address is 2121 Ponce De Leon Blvd in Coral Gables. The cost per person is $32.69. Since it is a buffet restaurant, there will be no need to RSVP. Just be there and be ready for some awesome food and company. This information will be also included in the show notes. Preparing well for ATA64 will require far more than just packing your suitcase. To make the most of your conference experience and get answers to your burning questions, please check out this free 2-part webinar facilitated by ATA Board Director Ben Carl, who is also a proud member of our division. In part 1, the Savvy Newcomer blog team will share tips and tricks on what to do before, during, and after the ATA conference. You will get expert advice on navigating the venue, how to pack efficiently, and how to avoid leaving essentials at home. Part 2 offers a Q&A session followed by a virtual pre-conference networking with other attendees, so you will already feel connected when you arrive in Miami. I will link the registration information in the show notes. This webinar will be held on October the 2nd from 12 noon to 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you take advantage of this opportunity. And before I say goodbye, I told you this was going to be short, but then sweet, isn't it? Before I say goodbye, I'd like you to hear from other attendees on what they thought of attending the conference for the first time. But no matter what we tell you, the best way to prove me wrong is to come and see for yourself. And then you will realize that I am not wrong.
I love Miami. I think Miami is such an exciting city. To me, it's really the capital of Latin America. Such a great place to eat. It's such a great place to enjoy amazing music. The beach in Miami is like bathwater with beautiful white sand.
So next year in Miami, I think what we can expect is another big party, and I think maybe it'll be even bigger than this year. We've been to Miami before, and it's always a great crowd pleaser, and there's going to be wonderful sessions, great networking.
When you're at the event and you meet people, you realize how much the in-person interaction means for your professional growth, for your business growth, just finding those connections that you can't find online.
I can certainly say the same is true for me. And I started 18 years ago, and I haven't missed one since.
Seeing so many first-time attendees at our conference this year, what I hear over and over again is, I'm so happy to be here.
It's a lot more fun and a lot less intimidating than you would think. So just once you break through that initial nervousness, absolutely worth it to go.
Every single thing in this conference is worth it. It is worth the 20 hours travel to be here, and everything. I enjoy every single thing.
There's so many opportunities to learn. There's so many opportunities to grow. And I feel like if you don't grow, you just stay at one level. And I'm all about moving to the next level.
You must come. It's a must come. It's a must do. At least once in your lifetime, you've got to come to an ATA conference.
Simply by attending one conference, it's going to be difficult to attend only one.
Come. Please do it. You need to get that experience.
Absolutely go for it. You're going to have so much more fun than you would think.
Never hesitate. Please come and join. You will learn a lot.
Don't think a lot. Just do it. You will love it.